Hi, welcome to Buffzone. My name is Kyle Ringo. This is Ryan Thorburn. We cover the Colorado Athletic Department for the Daily Camera newspaper. We're here to talk about the Colorado football team, Week 1 loss at Hawaii. Ryan, you were there in Paradise. You saw it all. What were your impressions?
Well, first, our show is sponsored by Liquor Mart in Boulder, and I recommend all Buffs fans head over there, especially to watch this team on nights like we endured the other night against Hawaii. It was a huge disappointment just because, I thought they had a good camp and I thought they were on a mission to end the losing streak. Granted, that's about as tough a road trip as you can take as far as travel. I think it's just disappointing because they talked up the run and that attitude so heavily and emphasized it so heavily in practice, and it just didn't materialize. And then, once you fall behind, the offensive line literally starts falling apart. You lose the left tackle, and it was just a mess with 7 sacks. So offensively, I think it was a huge disappointment. Defensively, I thought the Buffs played pretty well. Hawaii's a potent type of offense, and CU gave up 3 or 4 big plays. But other than that, I thought they really hung in there, and I thought the cornerbacks looked pretty good. So that was a big issue going into the season. So I think that's a positive. Kicking game, big positive, but overall 0-1 is a big negative.
Yeah, definitely a big negative. But there are some things you can feel good about if you're a Colorado football fan, in that this team, this program in recent years, if it got down 17-0 on the road, it probably wasn't going to make a comeback and give itself a chance to win. And I thought this team did that last week. A kid, Travis Sandersfeld, has an interception go through his hands late in the game there that might have put them in position to actually maybe win the game. And it definitely wasn't all Travis Sandersfeld's fault, though. The offense was pretty tough to watch at times the other night, and definitely struggled. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back this week. In Week 2, how Eric Bieniemy makes some adjustments and whatnot against Cal, but it was a little bit eye-opening too. I thought Hawaii looked a lot faster than the Buffs, a lot faster than I remember that Hawaii team being in 2010 when they played here in Boulder. Was that your impression? It seemed like some of those guys were running away from the Buffs at times.
Yeah, I think. Let's give Hawaii some credit. Bryant Moniz was very impressive, and obviously CU's going to face Andrew Luck and the speedsters at Oregon, but I think he's one of the better players they're going to face, an individual player. But yeah, that's what I noticed from the press box, and apparently it looked that way on TV too. Is CU really made Hawaii look fast out there, and that's a little scary going into the Pac-12, which has some speed, maybe not as much. Thunder is the Big 12 up front, but so that's definitely a concern. But I think another positive is CU is not void of talent like a lot of people think. Paul Richardson is a playmaker. Rodney Stewart is a playmaker. Tyler Hansen played a bad game for Tyler Hansen. I think he's going to get it going. So, the old cliche that you improve most from Week 1 to Week 2. John Embry says that's usually the losing coaches who say that, but it better apply this week.
Yeah, it was interesting. John Embry said that Tyler Hansen wasn't Tyler Hansen. He wasn't the same player he's seen performing on the practice field, day in and day out throughout spring ball and throughout fall camp. And maybe that's just because Tyler Hansen wasn't playing against the Colorado Buffaloes in this game. He was playing against another team, and maybe that's why he looked different. But it'll be interesting once again to see how Tyler bounces back from a performance that he wasn't happy with, and obviously his coaches weren't happy with him. What were your impressions watching Tyler?
Well, the first thing Tyler said after the game was, that Colorado beat the Buffs, and unfortunately that's something we've been hearing the last 5 years, and you want to kind of move on from that. But it's true. I mean, CU didn't play well. Their defense and their special teams kept them in the game, and then the offense kind of sparked them back into the game. But overall, the consistency just wasn't there. John Embry's point of emphasis this week is stop worrying about who we're playing, where we're playing them, getting up for these brick games. You know, next week there'll be CSU, they'll be up for that. Just play football. If they would have came out and just relaxed and played football in the first half, they would have, possibly had a different outcome. Instead of thinking about, oh, we got to, end this road losing streak and we've got to, the nation's watching this late game. And don't worry about it. Just go out and play, and you can beat Hawaii if you play well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if those words ring true with the players and they are able to bounce back, and we'll be back later in the week to preview the Cal game and take a little bit closer look at the Bears.